spicy, oh, but she burns like rum on a fire. Hot and fast and angry as she can be, I walk my days on a wire. It looks ugly, but it's sweet. Oh mama, don't fuss over me. The way she tells me I'm hers and she is mine. Open hand or closed fist would be fine. The blood is rare and sweet as cherry wine. Calls of guilty thrown at me, oh, while she stains the sheets of some other. Thrown at me so powerfully, just like she throws with the arm of a brother. But I want it, it's a crime that she's not around most of the time. The way she shows me I'm hers and she is mine. Open hand or closed fist would be fine. Blood is rare and sweet as cherry wine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Fight and fury's fire. Oh, but she looks like sleep to the freezing. Sweet and right and merciful.
Hello vlog, welcome back to the third vlog at Lynn. I feel like a completely different person since the last vlog. I don't really know what happened, but since we had the Stetson play day and then the weekend after that we had an inter-squad scrimmage, and then since then lacrosse has kind of dialed back. We haven't had an as intense schedule. The hours have dropped off slightly, but I think that was an adjustment mentally to, we still have practice and we still have lift and we still have conditioning, it's just not to the extent we have this past month or two, which has been interesting because I've had a lot more free time. We have a week and a half before everyone leaves for Thanksgiving, and I have got a really exciting week planned for that, and I'm going to be vlogging the whole thing. But this video I wanted to talk about for the season and how I have personally felt the adjustment. I know going from summer to autumn or fall, they're very different seasons, and although we're in Florida we don't necessarily see the leaves falling off the trees. We don't feel the shift really in weather. I mean, it does get colder, but nothing like it does back home in England for me. And I think not seeing that made me think I'm not really gonna, like, it just feels like summer all year. But I think subconsciously the shift in season has affected my emotions and my moods. My routine is different now. The past 2 weeks has kind of felt like an out-of-body experience. For me personally, I've been very up and down emotionally. It's got to the point where I'm missing home more than I have done before now. I'm so close to going home that it's just almost the final stretch, but I also don't want to wish away the time I have here. So much has happened within the last couple of weeks, which I'm going to break down in the vlog and talk about, and I think this is also going to be good for me to be like, hang on, this happened, and kind of process it. A week and a bit ago now, we had team bonding. It was after our scrimmage, inter-squad scrimmage. We did a team bonding at Ginger's house, one of my teammates. She has the most amazing back garden and house, but we kind of just had a barbecue. Coach T was on the grill. We had burgers and hot dogs.
A hot dog? I already got some. Let's blow a hot dog? Yeah. Hot dog. Me. I can't open this. Oh, God. 2 dogs.
And a load of different snacks. We were jumping in off of this, I don't even know if you can call it a pool. It was so cool. It was, yeah, I don't really know how to describe it, but you can see what I'm talking about in the video. It was so fun. And because our schedule has kind of shifted, we've had conditioning sometimes instead of a 2-hour practice. So we did the time mile.
5.
Good, Dickie.
7-9. Good job. We're not done, so just keep loose and stretch.
And I was happy with my time. My goal is eventually sub 6. I ran a 6:10 this specific day. We then finished up that conditioning day in the pool. We did a pool conditioning where we treaded water for 15 minutes straight. So that was fun after the mile, and we did 7 sprints. I've also been doing a lot of things with my friends that are fall specific. Like, I know I associate different things with different seasons. So for the fall, it's more Starbucks, for example. Like, wouldn't go to Starbucks necessarily. Actually, I do drink Starbucks all year round, but I have had more Starbucks recently, and I do think that is because of the season we're in. We made a fire, or we attempted to. My marshmallow nearly went flying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And we had s'mores by the fire pit. That's not something I would do in the summer. We made gingerbread houses. We've watched Halloween films, movies, and just in general, the whole, like, my mood has been more cozy. We then had Founders Day, where there were loads of different things going on campus. It felt like a carnival or like a state fair on campus.
On your mark, get set, go. All right.
They had loads of different carnival rides, they had food trucks, they had a live band. I got on this car and I made Liz get on it with me, and we were just on it with this little kid and his dad. I went on a late night skate with Courtney and just listened to music. That's been something that's been helping me a lot, is just listening to what I need, and if I need to just go and do something to get out my head and just relax, like I'll go and do something with a friend, or even just by myself, like go sit in the hammocks. And me and Courtney went, and we went on this amazing skate just as the sun was setting and past sunset, just listening to music. She had the speaker in her backpack in the side pocket, and we probably skated for like 20-30 minutes, and it was just so fun. The fire alarm also went off, which was something I think it's gone off 3 times in the past week.
Eleanor, I don't want to be vlogging anymore after last time.
I've been trying to play basketball and get better at that, because my shooting technique sucks. Even though I can shoot, it just doesn't look right. I tried beach volleyball. Not really beach volleyball, we just kind of mess around on the volleyball courts because the ball we had was flat.
Oh my god.
And then I did end up in hospital. It's not even funny. I ended up in hospital Friday night. I went to a Mexican restaurant and told the waitress that I had an allergy. She didn't really understand English, so her manager came over. He understood me perfectly. He said they don't have nuts or sesame seeds, peanuts, tree nuts in the kitchen at all, so the food's absolutely fine. And I just took that as for what it was, because typically I love Mexican food and no Mexican restaurants I've ever had a problem at. I take 3 bites out of my meal. I had enchiladas and my throat started like tingling and swelling up, and my lips started swelling up, and I just didn't feel good. So we rushed to the hospital, rushed in, they took blood, took my blood pressure, hooked me up to an IV, just pumped me full of stuff, put me on a drip, and I just kind of chilled in hospital for a couple of hours. I say chilled, I was so drugged up that I didn't even, I wasn't even with it whatsoever. The drugs made me feel so nauseous. So I had this little thing, and whenever I opened my eyes, I felt like I was gonna throw up. So then they put in the IV some anti-nausea meds, which just added to the mix of drugs I was on. And so lots of these little things that have been happening, I think kind of just been building up. I wanted this video to kind of just capture the fall in Florida. I experienced fall the past year in Montebello in Alabama, which was so different. You could see the season, like you could see the leaves falling off the trees. It got really cold. Just typical things I would experience during fall at home. Here in Florida it's so different, but emotionally I felt the shift, not necessarily visually. Lastly, I just wanted to say, like, try and be present with yourself, like check in with yourself. Something that came up the other day in team therapy, and something that I used to do quite a lot, is just open your voice note app on your phone, hit start, and just go for a walk and just talk. And it's crazy what comes to your mind and what you need to get off of your chest. Talking just allows you to get a lot off of your chest and out of your head quickly. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I know every single person says that, but it does actually mean a lot to me. See you next week.
You just might need to, you know, baby her, but... Oh. It's not my bag.